we'll move on to, wait, this is the wrong question. Number 9, that's not what I want. I want number 3. Okay, just a second. This is what I want. Okay, so we are now on question number 3 to, I don't know what number are we gonna do. Which, all right. So question number 3, so it says here, reduce, and just like question letter A earlier, you only have one fraction, right? So if you only have one fraction, what do? You really just need to factor them both and see if there's something that will cancel out, right? So you have negative 4x over 12x minus 8. Okay, so the numerator, you can factor that as 2, or negative 2 times 2 times x. Okay, and then 12x, well, you can factor out, you can start factoring 4 if you want, then you will have x minus 2. Okay, but then the 4 can still be factored out, so negative 2 times x. The 4 can be factored out as 2 times x minus 2. So I just followed it. I just broke down, I just factored 4. So now what's in the numerator that's also in the denominator? Well, the 2 and the 2 gets spared. This 2 and this 2 gets spared. But then that negative right there, you just don't really lose that. That means negative 1 is left. It is left after you cancel out the 2. So that would mean you have negative 1 times x in the numerator. So that's negative x over x minus 2. Now, this could be your answer, or you could put the negative in front, and that would look like this. So, either this or that would work. And as you can see, where is the answer here? Did we answer this one correctly? Oh, okay, because I did not. Okay, so I made a mistake because when I divided, uh, 12 by 4, I put x. It should have been 3x, right? Okay, so let's just correct that. So 12x divided by 4, that should have been 3x here, 3x here, 3x there, 3x there. Okay, so now you can see, and then I guess we have that. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, number 4, again, still one big fraction. So if it's one fraction, there's no addition, there's no multiplication, it's just factoring, okay? So let's copy that as is. Okay, well, the top one is already factored out, so nice. And then the second part, the denominator, what can we factor out from these two? We can factor out the 9. Okay, so 9y divided by 9, you have y. And then 72 divided by 9, you have 8. Okay, so is there anything we can cancel? You have two factors on top, two factors in the denominator. The y plus 8 are the same. So therefore, you'd have 3 over 9. But then remember, 3 can be factored out as 3 times 1, and 9 can be factored out as 3 times 3. So this 3 again will cancel out, so therefore your final answer is 1 over 3. So again, my advice for you is, as you see my solution, pause the video and then redo the whole problem on your own. See if you can do it, okay? All right, now moving on to number 5. Okay, so still one fraction, so that means that tells you need to factor out both numerator and denominator. Okay, so the top one is 2, and then you have x minus 3. The bottom one, you have a negative 4x, so that means you have to cancel out the negative 14, okay, because 42 can be divided by 14. So now I have negative 14 here, and I would have x positive 42 divided by negative 14 is negative 3. Okay, so now it tells you that this and that are the same, so you'll be left with 2 over negative 14, but then 2 can be factored out by 2 times 1, And then 14 can be factored out with 2 times negative 7. Okay? And so the 2 will cancel out. So therefore, your final answer is 1 over negative 7. Or again, that negative can be placed in front of the whole fraction. Okay, I felt like we have done these problems before. All right. Okay, so let's move on to number 6. Now, this is multiplication. So when you're doing multiplication, that means you need to factor out all the numerators and all the denominators and see if any of the denominators and numerators will cancel out with each other. All right, so you have 13 over 6, and that's your first fraction. Second fraction is 2y plus 4 over 52y. Okay, two numerators, two denominators. So that means you have to factor them out if you can. Well, 13, there's nothing you can do, so that's just 13. But 6, you can do 2 times 3. Okay, times. All right, now we're moving on to 2y plus 4. You can factor out the 2. So you have y plus 2. Okay, and then the 52y, that's kind of big. So if it's big, then maybe you can do this. All right, so 52 is 4 times 13, and then 4 is 2 times 2. So you have those factors there. So you have 2 times 2 times 13 times y. Okay, so let's start canceling things around. So this 13 and that 13 will cancel out. That means there's one left here because it cannot just be gone, right? And then uh, the 2 and the 2 will cancel out. Anything else? There's really no more. So now let's write everything out. 1 times y plus 2. So you have y plus 2. And then in here you have 2 times 2. I forgot to close this parentheses. Oh no, that's not a parentheses. Never mind. That's a multiplication. So that's 13 times y. So is there anything else left? So you have 2 times 13 times y, right? So that would be y plus 2. 2 times 2 times 13 plus y is 52y still. Okay. Uh, okay, I think I messed up. Okay, I'm gonna redo the whole thing because I could not write my handwriting. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. All right, so we will rewrite this again. I should be able to write my own handwriting. Okay, so this 13 over 6 is 2 times 3. All right, times 2y plus 2. That's the factor of that. And then the 52 is 2 times 2 times 13 times y. Okay, all right, so the 13 gets canceled with 13, not with 3. The 2 gets canceled with this 2, okay, or any of the other 2, but only one 2. Okay, so that's all we have left, equals. So this one becomes 1. 1 times y plus 2, you have y plus 2 over. These are the things that are left, this and that. So you have 2 times 3 times 2 times y. 1, 2, 3, y. Okay, so now you have y plus 2 over 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 is 12y. Okay, do we have that answer? Y plus 2, 12y. So yes, we do. Okay. So as you can see, I could mess up too. So don't worry about getting things wrong. All right. Just persist and continue answering. All right, let's do number 7. This is a division sign. So this darker bar here that denotes anything above that is numerator, anything below that is your denominator. Okay, so let's copy that. So 12 over 10x minus 40. I'm gonna use the pink bar for my division. Excuse me. And then I have 4 over 2x minus 8. Okay, your equal sign should be in front of the main bar. Okay, and when you do that, you copy the numerator because this is the keep it, change it, flip it. All right. And then we multiply it with a, excuse me, the reciprocal of the denominator. So you have 2x. Okay, so now this is just like number 6. So we need to factor out the numerator. 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. The 10x minus 40, you have a common factor of 10. Okay, so you have x minus 4. But then remember, 10 can be factored out some more. So I'm just going to erase this now and make the 10 into a 2 times 5. So you don't have to come back for it. Okay, so now here, 2x minus 8, you have a common factor of 2. So you have x minus 4. And then the 4 can be factored out as 2 times 2. Okay, so now let's cancel out the ones that can be canceled. So this 2 and that 2 will cancel out. This 2 and that 2, I should probably use a different color. So that 2 and that 2, the same colors. And then I'm going to do this 2 and that 2. Is there anything else? Yep, you have this x minus 4 and that x minus 4. So now what's left? So you have this. This is the one on the numerator, this in the denominator. So you have 3 over 5. Not 5 over 3. Okay. All right, try that again on your own. So let's try number 8. Pause this video if you're working on your own and then move on to number 8. Okay, so number 8 is multiplication. All right, so 5 over z minus 1 times 3z minus 3 over 10. Okay, so it's just a multiplication. That means any denominator, any numerator, you kind of need to factor them out. Okay, 5 is just 5. I'm going to write it here. 5. Z minus 1, there's really nothing you can do with that. So just z minus 1 times. The numerator on the second fraction, you can factor out the 3. So you have z minus 1 over the 10 can be factored out as 2 times 5. So we can cancel the ones that are the same. So this z minus 1 here can be put inside a parenthesis and that would be exactly the same as that, right? Now, next one is this 5, and that 5 can be canceled out. So therefore, what's left? Well, we don't have anything left here in the first fraction. That means 1, basically, 1 over 1. So now you multiply numerator. So you have 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and then 1 times 2 is 2. So that would be your final answer. Okay. All right. So on the next page, I will use I will create another video for that one.